So it turns out that this judeo-christian/islamic God is actually a book, and the spaceship that's called 3i Atlas is headed towards Earth to remind us of that. And you know what we've been taught, that first was the word. This is good for thought. Let's rock and roll.
Good for thought.
What up, everybody? Yo, this is crazy, man. I was recording this same video. I got about like 5 minutes in, and the camera just it was like slapped out of my hand. Like, I don't want to be all mystical and everything like that, but it was weird, man. So look, all this is good for thought, all the shout outs and everything at the end of the video. There's a lot of important stuff to talk about, a lot of, some interesting new theories to unpack. I first want to, kind of say that I know I told you guys that I won't do format videos like this anymore, meaning that, us insomniacs are walking around and, you're seeing the road and we're just talking. But I thought it was, important to fill you all in on what's been going on with the channel, with Proof to Me that You're Alive, Soul Evade, everything like that. So yeah, it looks like that. I mean, we've been going through a lot of changes. I'm working. I've never stopped working on the movement, on the message, but we're going to be changing a lot of things. For instance, for example, I mean, things like Proof to Me that You're Alive is going to move to its own channel. Soul Evade is going to move to its own channel, because it looks like, they're not taking us out of the whole shadow ban. And, I've tried everything. I've tried, legally and technically and all of these things, they're not taking us out of the shadow ban. So we have to maneuver, man. We have to start reaching more wonderful folks like all of you are. All of you are fam. And I just wanted to say that the format of the video, the way we are doing videos are going to change. They're going to be way more professional, so a lot more time is going to be spent on the production and the post-production. So maybe in the beginning we're not going to be recording as often, but I do want to work out a schedule where at a certain time, a certain day, videos from different podcasts and shows are dropping on that day. And then, I want to do the live videos, at least, live streams at least a couple times a week. But I just wanted to talk to y'all because, I took a walk outside and lately, I've been feeling like we're really at these super interesting times. And all of you know that I'm a super optimist, but I'm feeling I'm feeling gloomy. I'm feeling like that negativity wants to suck me into its arms, and that's why I think it's important to talk to all of you. And plus, like I said at the intro, there's this new theory. And just a side note, I will do a separate video unpacking this theory fully. A theory that the Judeo-Christian / Islamic God is actually a book. The second interesting theory is that our reality came into the material existence, or was printed into the material existence in 1953. Now, I do have to say that these are not my theories, but these theories are of a very interesting human being. He's actually a rocket scientist. I'm gonna keep him as as a secret for now, because I'm working on, inviting him to the podcast. A Russian guy, a Russian scientist. He was the one that has actually presented the theory that our planet is a hypercube. I mean, he actually, fully presented the theory. So now he's presenting the theory that the God that we have been taught, the Judeo-Christian and Islamic God, is actually a book. So look out for that. We're gonna have that dude on, and also I got a surprise for y'all on the 20th. We're gonna have someone that has dedicated over 30 years, a famous UFO expert, if you would call it, is gonna be on the show. It's locked in, but I don't want to make the announcement, because if y'all remember, Dr. Shiva was supposed to come back for the second time, and we already set the day, the time, and I posted it that he's coming, and he turned out not coming. But basically the theory of this whole theory that the God, this universal one God, is a book. It makes a lot of sense, because it's something that we have been talking about for so long, and I've been screaming about for so long, that look, before Christianity exploded into the world, all the indigenous people, indigenous cultures, native people, everyone from the Hopi Indians to, ancient people in Ireland and the Aborigines in Australia, they lived, and obviously the Slavs, the Hindus, lived according to the Vedic culture, according to the Vedas. And what does that mean? That means that and I want to take out the equation worship, because that's what we've been we've been taught, and we've been imposed upon, with this whole idea of worship. But these ancient cultures, they lived with the understanding that our connection to one universal almighty God is through nature. It's through our ancestors. That's our connection. And then came Christianity. I know a lot of you are going to scream at me that, well, Judaism, but that's the point, is that Judaism brought us Christianity and Islam. And how did they bring it? Well, they brought it in a book. They brought it with a sword and fire. And if you open the Old Testament, it says, first came the Word. First was the Word. And there are a lot of, trust me, I know about all the theories and interpretations of what does the word mean, vibration and light and this. I've heard all of that. But practically, we've been told that first was the Word. And that's in Islam, in Judaism, and in Christianity. And if you notice, the Roman Empire, you can say that the Greeks, the Romans, Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, that they they copied a lot from from the Slavs, from the Egyptians, but the fact remains that they had these gods, that they how do you say, I don't want to say worship, well, let's say worship, right? They had the gods which were their ancestors. They had this idea, yes, there's one universal creator, but then there are gods, our ancestors. Are a little different in the Roman Empire, obviously, because they come from the whole Mesopotamian line of liars and deceivers. But that was a normal thing around the world. Nature, gods, God of the elements, God of this and that. Like, it was a normal thing. But then the hierarchies of the Roman Empire, of the Byzantine Empire, is they picked out the four Gospels and said, well, look, here we're bringing you a brand new God. And the way God was described was obviously through the book. And if you look at the way we behave, is we all, being Christian or Catholic or Muslim or Jewish, we scream, look, well, the Torah, this is the right God, and the Quran is no, the God is here, and the Christians are like, no, and God is here, and the Mormons are, no, our God is here. So so what happened was that they came with sword and fire to every different part of the world. The Crusades, and even later, that they baptized the indigenous people with blood and brought this God in a book, right? So it's a very interesting theory. The same thing happened to the Slavs. In the 10th century, the way Rus was, baptized with sword and fire through blood, and so came Orthodoxy. In those parts we call it Pravoslavia. So they basically took the word which existed before, people living there and practicing the Vedic culture, not practicing, living by the Vedic culture. So they borrowed that word. Pravoslavia basically means the right worship, or the right word of the way we communicated with the Most High. And I just want to quickly say a quick disclaimer for all of you that kind of Christians and Jews, what have you, that scream, well, look, like the Hindus and the Buddhists, they have all these different gods, and we have one God. Every single religion, every single philosophy, be it Buddhism or Hinduism, even though they talk about many gods, but they always talk about one creator God. If you open up the Tibetan Book of the Dead, if you open up the Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, whatever, you will find it in there if you are looking for it. But yeah, basically, they gave us a book and a brand new God. So did this book become our God? It's an interesting theory, interesting concept. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept, and we will unpack it. I'll do an extended video on it. Now, why did I say in the intro that 3i Atlas, this object that entered our solar system, object that supposedly having all this mysticism around it? I did invite the scientist that first spoke about 3i Atlas to the podcast. Hopefully he responds, but why did I say in the intro that that basically the 3i Atlas is coming to remind us of the fact that this new God is the book? Well, because there's a lot of mystery going on, a lot of talk going on around 3i Atlas. These images came out, it passing Mars, and these images are blurry, so people are saying, well, look, if it's why can't we take a picture of it? If we have rovers on Mars, we should have a clear picture, and supposedly NASA purposely is making it blurry because it is an interstellar ship. Be it a interstellar ship, or be it another psyop and hoax, the point is the same. It reminds me of Jim Dillinger. Shout out to our boy Jim Dillinger. Go hop on that channel. About the whole fake alien invasion. Bart Sibril just recently started talking about it. If you go back to some of my videos, 2016, 2017, our dear brother Tomek was talking about it. Obviously Jim Dillinger famously for years and years has been talking about this fake alien invasion. So be it real interstellar travelers coming, or be it a psyop and a fake alien invasion, which it's starting to really look like that, because all of a sudden they tried these drones and stuff. There's a lot of drone activity happening in Denmark right now. It was happening over here where I am. It's kind of really starting to look like maybe Project Bluebeam and all of this stuff is it's not too far-fetched. But the point is, be it real or be it fake, the moral of the story is that we are living through very, very interesting times. I did tell all of you that it's our personal apocalypse happening right now, and that's exactly what it is. So if you are out there, all my brothers, all my sisters, and you come where to moments where you feeling like you're feeling dread and feeling hopelessness and feeling like you're giving up the fight, I'm asking, I'm pleading with all of you to stay with us, keep going. These are very interesting times because the enemy is getting weaker. We've talked about this for a long time. The time has come where we will remember who we truly are, when we will celebrate who we are, because all of these new age people screaming, well, look, humanity, and we should all like all of that is BS. To scream humanity in totality is the most unhumane thing you can do. Why? Because we all should celebrate the different cultures and peoples of the world. That's how you show that you truly want better for humanity. If you celebrate the differences, say, well, look at the Slavs, they have this beautiful culture. Look at the Galicians, look at the Celts, whatever. Look at the Native American tribes. That's how we celebrate humanity. The enemy wants to throw us all under one basket and kind of proclaim to us that, look, we're all colorless and we're all human, and that's the most unhumane thing. But the fight, like, we're in the middle of the fight. It's round 6 and 7 right now. We still have some rounds to go. There's still the championship rounds, and those will be tough. And I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. A lot of things are happening. The more people I talk to, the more of you are going through your own, personal apocalypse. But again, I'm begging all of you to stay strong. I'm begging all of you not to give up the fight, because we're doing this for our kids and our grandkids that will see a better world. This AI thing is so tricky. I purposely make myself not use AI, especially for something creative, but the last couple of days I've used AI for technical things because I'm creating websites and stuff, and I feel today that I'm having this feeling like I wanna go and communicate with AI more. And now I'm understanding all of those people that are, protecting AI and telling all of us, like, no, well, AI is actually good and everything. AI is the last frontier for our soul. So the God of the Old Testament, the God, that book God, that we that has been instilled in us, is slowly becoming this God of AI. And I'm begging all of you real humans out there, all of you children of the Most High, all of you children of the Almighty. I'm reaching out to all of you to say that we need all of you, every single one of you. We need, because the fight is getting tougher, and we need every single one of you. And if you do find yourself in a moment of dread or sadness or what be it, you can come to this channel and write us, leave a comment, whatever it is. So yeah, man, a lot of things are going on. I didn't forget about any of you. I love all of you. It's just, we're moving into a new phase with this channel. We're about to sneak attack the enemy, man. So of course, huge shout out to my brother Tomek, Jim Dillinger. You gotta go hop on that channel, man. It's always a great channel, and my brother is one of the greatest people you ever meet. My brother David Voronyuk, going through his own personal apocalypse, man. I love you, bro. You're very important, man, to the movement. And my brother Alan, man, Alan Tate. That's a true soldier of the struggle, man. Melody out there, obviously, the greatest ever Romaniya poet, Spencer Reese. Any of you that I'm forgetting, man, I apologize, but Snezhana Igorova, everybody, man, Bart Sivril, David Payne, Sasha Stone, man, like all of you, we need all of you, man. So yeah, man, this was good for thought, and there's a lot more stuff coming, stuff like you never heard or seen. That's my alarm going off. Love all of you. Uno.